Hey team, this is Health and Happiness Tribe. I wanted to do a follow-up video for the one that I did when I was standing out on the tennis courts. So my name is Wendy and I'm with Plexus, been with Plexus for 5 years and completed a health coaching program and just continuing to learn more about health and the body, and so I want to make sure that I'm sharing some of that information. So this one's going to come to you fairly quickly, but I just want to talk to you about that the whole thing about your digestive tract. So I told you that the digestive tract, if you were to open it up and lay it out, the surface area would cover, so I would have to cut it apart and fit it all together. It would cover 2 of those tennis courts that I was on, about 300 square yards. And then I showed some cracks in in that pavement area, and there were weeds growing into it. Well, if we were looking at that as being from the outside view of your intestines, those cracks would allow things to go from inside out into your bloodstream. So your intestinal system, your digestive system, is supposed to be, it's your connection to the world. It's what you eat. It helps you with your digestion, with absorption, with your nutrients, so many things, and protection. And how is that going to happen? Well, first of all, you need to know that you've got 100 trillion different bacteria that live inside that system, and they are good and they are bad, but just like anything, too much of a good thing becomes bad. So if you have only one type, you're missing out on all of the nutrients that can be digested and absorbed, or that viruses that can be killed by those beneficial bacteria, your little fighter army that's in there. And so we want to make sure that we're keeping it balanced. If it's not in balance, it's actually called dysbiosis, meaning it's just out of balance. And there are ways to get that back in balance. So next, research has shown, they've done enough testing and researching, that the microbiome is easily influenced by your environment. What's the environment? It's where you live, it's what you breathe, it's what you eat, it's what you drink. So your microbiome is easily influenced. Not it can be, it will be, it's easily influenced. So again, we want to make sure that we're taking care of what is influencing that microbiome. Next, I want you to know there is an absolute direct link between your immune system health or your immune system function and your microbiome. If your microbiome, if the colony is well balanced and you have different members of the society taking care of their job, then your immune system functions really well. If the society of microbiome, if your bacteria is not taken care of well, then that's going to basically, it's definitely going to affect, of course my dogs are now running around the house. It's definitely going to affect your immune system. So we want both things to be really strong. And we know what happens when our immune system is not at its best, it's not working at its strength, we start to get ill. So let's think about how that connects. My immune system starts to get low. I catch a virus from someone or something or whatever around me, and my microbiome is supposed to be within my digestive tract. It's supposed to be taking care of those things and killing them off, managing them. If you could see my puppy running through the house. Anyway, but if that inside, if they are strong, they're eating up that virus. And you might have a virus like, for me, I've been on Plexus for 5 years. Do I ever get sick? Absolutely. I get colds. I'll get headaches occasionally, but my cold otherwise used to last for 10 days and then become something really worse, like, that upper respiratory, I'd get that cough that would last for all of September, October, and half of November. But now, if I do get sick or feel under the weather, my immune system is pretty good at kicking itself back into a good spot. And so I don't stay sick long. 3 days, 4 days, tops, it's awesome. But there is that direct link. So if your immune system is bad, it's probably related to your gut and the fact that your microbiome is not functioning at its best. So we're going to keep going back to that microbiome and getting it rebalanced. Next and last, she's throwing her bone. Literally, this dog is nuts. It's chronic inflammation. When we talk about chronic inflammation, inflammation is a really good thing. So, but we want our body to be really good at acute inflammation. That means I'm out in the public eye or, with my friends, and there's a virus. And that virus comes in, and my body goes, whoa, invader, I'm going to take care of that. And so that's an acute inflammation. It takes care of it right then and immediately. If I were to get a cut, that's acute inflammation. I want my white blood cells to flood there really fast and start the healing process. That's acute inflammation. And we want our bodies to be really, really good and efficient when it comes to acute inflammation. The body turns on the inflammation, takes care of the invader, shuts off the inflammation. However, living in the life that we do now, stress, diet, toxins, people, just everything around us is attacking our microbiome. And if we're not keeping it strong enough, we end up what we call chronic inflammation. One of the top sources of chronic inflammation is your diet, okay? And that diet, I'm jumping right here to sugar. Sugar is the reason why I even looked at Plexus, because my blood sugars were out of balance. If I'm eating too much sugar or processed foods, those carbs, if it's not a whole food, so I'm talking processed foods and sugars, my body will become insulin resistant. It means that trying to keep up with all of the sugar, my body's going to struggle with that. And insulin resistance starts us down that road of chronic inflammation. The cells become, the cells themselves become inflamed. We have inflammation there. They start to become damaged. So chronic inflammation leads to all of the other issues that we manage. Stress leads to chronic inflammation. If you're not sleeping at night because of the stress or because of what you're eating or just the differences, what's going on in your body, you're not sleeping, which means you're not getting the repair time that your body needs. And you're going to get this chronic, low-level inflammation. And if you have that, it means your immune system and your gut microbiome are probably not working together as a nice team. So how do we address that? Plexus addresses that with a couple of different things. I love our Plexus Slim, the pink drink. It has some natural anti-inflammatories, but that's going to be more to help, where we want to get the body to reduce inflammation. But I want to tell you that it's the probio5 that many of us will talk to you about. And when I got started with this, I knew nothing about gut health. I didn't understand about probiotics because I'd never taken them, but Angela did. And she taught me a lot. Angela Harry, thank you so much for teaching me. And all you need to know, if you are dealing with any kind of health issues, if you are dealing with fatigue, if you are dealing with inability to sleep, if you're dealing with chronic stressors in your life, if you are dealing with not the best diet, like you're just eating whatever, you're eating fast food, if you are going outside and you have symptoms that hit you when you've been outside or during certain seasons of the year, then this is something that's going to help. So what is it, why is this going to help you? And that's a whole nother video. But basically what we want to do is we want to repair this link, this connection. We want to flood our system with good bacteria. We want to kill off the overgrowth of the bad bacteria, because remember I said too much of a good thing becomes bad. So we want to balance it all out so that it becomes a really nice symbiotic relationship between our immune system and our gut bacteria. It's going to make our digestive system strong. It's going to take away some of the belly problems that a lot of people have. I know that for myself, all of the sensitivities that I had to seasonal changes, to different foods, I no longer have to deal with those. My immune system is so much stronger. So probio5 is going to help you to maintain these 100 trillion bacteria. Because if you're only eating sugar, your 100 trillion is going to be all the same kind, and that's not balanced. So hopefully you guys get a little bit out of this, and it went a lot longer than I wanted. I'm going to get better. So see you soon.